want to welcome everybody to tonight's basketball game between the Portageville Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels. This is game number 16 in the Bloomfield 52nd Christmas Tournament. And this is the final game in the championship bracket in the quarterfinals. Portageville comes into this game seated second, and the Richland Rebels come in after pulling an upset by beating Donovan last night, and Richland comes in seated 10th. These teams opened up the season playing each other, and Portageville came away with the win. I'm Bill Hampton, along with my sidekick Terry McVeigh. On the camera tonight is Corey Martin. And Terry, we've seen Portageville play now once when they played Kennett in a regular scheduled game, and then we saw them play last night here in the tournament when they took on Greenville. What do you think about the Portageville team?
They don't talk about defense. They play it. They're very, very quick. They've got a lot of guys, 6'1", 6'2". They're long. They're quick. They got long arms, and they will defend you all over the court. That's where they win most of their games. Then they'll get the breakaways, and they'll score a lot of layups. They don't have a whole lot of shooters, although Dominatric Treadwell can shoot from the outside. So you can't just pack it in on them, but they'll get offensive rebounds, and they'll defend. They're going to, of course, like a lot of good teams, their offense is predicated off their defense. Richland's a pretty decent little team. Drew Thornton has been their good player for the last couple of years. He was an all-tournament selection as a freshman here a couple of years ago. They've got a couple of new additions in Ryan Kleffer, who can score from the outside, and they play pretty aggressive, pretty good defense. So I think they'll give Portageville a good match. I saw the game where Richland played Portageville. It was both their first game of the year, and Richland stayed with Portageville for a good part, and then Portageville, like they're known to do, will take off on a 10-0 run and kind of put the game away.
Well, we're about ready for the starting lineups. Want to tell you tonight's game brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Progressive Farm Credit in Portageville and Crothersville, your Western Auto Store in Portageville, First National Bank of Kennett, Clarkton, Dexter, and Malden. Also, the 162nd District State Representative Terry Swinger, UAP in Portageville, Butler Drug Store, your Health Mart Pharmacy in Portageville, A-Plus Family Clinic, and Dr. David M. Boyd, General Dentistry, and the We Care team. I want to thank those folks for making this game possible tonight. Portageville Bulldogs will be the visiting team. They're dressed in blue. They're coached by Jim Bidwell. Ron Riddle and Jason Irby are the assistants. Number one, a 6'1" senior, Byron Wright. Boy, he's a dandy.
He is a special player. He's emerged over the last year from a good player to a special player.
Number 20, 6'4" senior, Roydin Booker. Number 22, a 5'11" senior, Demetric Treadwell. Demetric, that is.
Demetric can score some points. Bruce Mathis is a good, steady player. Donnell Menace is a great defender. He impressed me most with his defense.
Yes.
And then he turns around and scores 20.
Richland Rebels coached by Casey Knight, assisted by Ryan Garrett. Number 20, Jesse Brown.
Drew Thornton's he'll play underneath at 6'1", but play a big 6'1" underneath.
Jeremy McGarity, number 30, a 6'2" senior. Mac Thornton, a 5'10" junior. And number 33, Jonathan McGarity, a 6'2" senior. The McGarity guys are twins. So we'll try to refer to them as Jonathan and Jeremy. Jay Cookson will toss the ball up. He's one of the refs. Kevin Lawrence is one.
Jason Lipe will be the other.
Jason Lipe. Pretty good crowd has hung around for this last game. And the weather outside, we've had some bad weather.
It's been frightful.
As a matter of fact, we got Highway 25 closed south of Dexter. Have to find an alternate route home. Portageville gets the tip. Quickly down, the scorer is Dimitri Treadwell.
Portageville is unlike Bible teams in the 7 or 8 years ago. Portageville comes out in the zone.
Yeah, 1-3-1.
But they're so long. They have such long arms, and they're so active that's a good defense for them. There's
Drew Thornton with a nice shot along the baseline there. His first points of the game, 2-2 with 7:20 to go in this first period of play.
Drew Thornton for a guy who's he's listed at 6'1", I believe, but he's going to score a lot of points underneath. He's a very smart player underneath. Very clever.
Portageville's in a 3-2 zone. Looks like they're wanting to put pressure on whoever's at the free throw line. Treadwell with a turnaround. This time will not go. Rebounded by Brown.
Brian Wright triggers the defense,
Look at there.
And he does that a lot.
Yes. He amazed me against Kennett at how quick he was, his hands.
His hands are so quick.
Yes.
And that's what makes this a good defense, to have somebody with that quick of hands. Here he deflects the pass, gets it up to Menace. To have somebody that quick on the out front.
We've got a quick timeout on the floor with 6:34 to go in this first period of play. Portageville 6, Richland 2. We want to tell you that a A-Plus Family Clinic located at 203 East 3rd Street in Portageville. Phone 379-2100. A-Plus Family Clinic is proud to support the Portageville Bulldogs. If you are feeling less than your best, come see the A-Team at A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville.
Typical Portageville. They've scored 6 points in the start this quarter. None of them have been offensive points.
And every one of them have been in the paint.
Every one of them have been in the paint. Not a one of them an offensive point. They got the tip and scored. They have 2 turnovers. They have 2 steals, 2 layups.
And look what they're doing, coming right back out in that press.
And they're going to be a man-to-man press, it looks like. Again, Byron Wright's going to pressure the ball.
Richland trying to get the ball across the timeline. They're having trouble. Drew Thornton has to come to help bring the ball down.
And he's being guarded by Menace.
And we've got a 10 second.
They don't make it. And look at the Portageville team. You look at the size of them, and they look like interchangeable parts.
Yes.
and they basically are. Now, Menace is going to be pretty much their underneath guy along with Roydon Booker. But anybody out there can play underneath or shoot from there. And there's Byron Wright.
Byron Wright.
He won't take a whole lot of outside shots, but he's a good shooter.
That's the first shot out from under the bucket, been attempted by Portageville, and they scored. Nice spin move that time by Jonathan McGarity. 8-4, 5:45 to go in the first period of play. Portageville on top. Portageville taking their time, attack the zone.
Portageville will not get in a hurry. When they have an opportunity to run, they'll run.
Turnaround shot that time missed.
Drew Thornton again. Drew Thornton for a 6'1" player is really good.
Look at Wright.
Look at Byron Wright.
Turn that one right around.
Most good defensive players would have deflected that. Most good defensive players would have deflected that ball out of bounds.
Out of bounds is correct. Instead,
Byron Wright kept it in bounds. Portageville gets a layup. Again, there's another steal. Byron Wright will go to the line. That steal was Menace.
Yes.
Their whole team can do this.
Well, they're quick. Foul that time was on Jonathan McGarity his first, team's first.
Right sizing up the free throw. Can't get the roll. He's coach not too thrilled with with him on the free throw line.
He turned around and smiled at one of the players. Yeah. That's when Coach Bidwell told him, get in there and shoot the ball.
Yeah.
11-4, 4:50 to go in this first period of play. 16th game of the 52nd.
McGarity with a nice move.
Christmas tournament. Yeah, now
to
Jonathan McGarity goes up. He's going to be fouled by Donnell Menace. That's Jeremy McGarity, I should say.
Yeah, Jonathan made the shot. Jeremy got the rebound. He got fouled on a putback.
They both start with J's.
A little flat on the free throw that time. Probably needs a little bit more arch.
And he heard what you said.
Got a little bit more arch.
Right in there. Jeremy McGarity going out. Coming in is Ryan Cleffer. He's 6'1" sophomore. Moved over from Bernie at the end of the season, or at the end of the school year.
And we saw last night that he can put some points on the board. Portageville's patient. They're not going to force anything against that packed-in zone.
Get inside the free throw lane. Look at that putback there by
Byron Wright.
We've got another timeout on the floor. Portageville on top of Richland 13-5 with 4:23 to go in this first period of play. Dr. David M. Boyd General Dentistry has two offices, one located at 118 East Main Street in Portageville. They're open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. For appointments, phone 379-3650. And 109 East 5th Street in Crothersville, open Monday and Fridays. For appointments, phone 333-1550. That's Dr. David M. Boyd, General Dentistry, and the We Care team remind everyone, whatever you do, do all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. Western Auto, located at 300 East Main Street in downtown Portageville, supports high school athletics. Western Auto in Portageville is your snapper dealer. Western Auto is your store for all your home needs. That's Western Auto in downtown Portageville. Stop in and talk with Virginia Hitchcock or call 573-379-3821.
That was timeout by Portageville after the made bucket.
Garrity going to inbound the ball. Ball tipped out of bounds by Menace.
Portageville will keep the pressure on.
Brown has it across the timeline.
Broke the press well.
Drew Thornton goes in, puts up a runner, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
That's where Drew Thornton gets most of his points off the offense is down the lane.
Foul was on Bruce Mathis, his first, team second.
A.J. Brown's coming into the game for Portageville.
Things are getting ready to happen.
Things are getting ready to happen. There's some instant energy off the bench.
Oh, he moves. He is quick. Second one by Thornton, good. He now has 4 in the quarter, 13-7, 4:10 to go. First period of play. One 3-1 zone now by Richland. Inside to Mathis, puts it up, will not go. We've got a foul on the Portageville Bulldogs.
Roydon Booker over the back.
His first, team's third.
Portageville was still with the man-to-man press.
Drew Thornton with a nice move that time. Took that ball was not in really a good position and put himself in a good position.
He finds a way to score. underneath. Like I say, he's only 6'1", but he finds a way to score in the paint.
Richland clawing back into the game. They trail 13-9 inside. A nice pass that time.
Menace to Booker.
Right
Good
on
execution.
Booker. 15-9. Leffer with the drive will not go. Thornton with a tip back will not go. Wright with the rebound. 15-9. Portageville up a 6. Nice move that time by Bruce Mathis.
That was a good illustration of Portageville taking the advantage. When they have a chance to push the ball, they're going to push the ball. But if it's not there, they're content to be patient.
Ball off of Donnell Menace, out of bounds.
Fred Treadwell in the game, a good
for Bruce Mathis.
6'1" sophomore.
Coming back in the game, Dimitri Treadwell. Mac Thornton with the ball, has a ball. Oh, Brown came down like he took it away from him. Kleffer with a drive along the baseline. The foul's going to be on Fred Treadwell, his first, team's fourth. 17-9, Portageville up with 2:16 to go in the first period of play. Brown will inbound for Richland.
Portageville on man-to-man on the inbounds play.
Nice move that time by Jonathan McGarity. That's twice he's done a nice spin move. 17-11. Wright trying to get the offense set up against that 1-3-1 zone. Boy, did he pick him? And then the shot was missed by Booker.
But Treadwell's back there. That was 4 shots at it.
Yep.
Couldn't get it to go. But boy, was that not a pretty pass.
That was.
He threaded the needle with that one. And that's one thing. Sometimes we get the good angle up here, and we could see the lane, and we just saw the pass go right through it.
Oh, we got great place to call a game from. Billingsley in for Portageville. Portageville on the run. Brown up, puts the ball up for Wright. Look at Wright come back and tip that ball in. Brown.
When he's in the air, he has such good control of both the ball and his body. Yes. There's a steal.
There we go.
Saw that one. There it goes right. We're going to see a dunk. Yep.
He has 11 in the quarter. 21-11. Minute 20 to go in this first period of play. Mac Thornton with the ball, working against
Brown.
Against Mr. Instant Speed, Brown. The defense, you'll hear those sneakers squeaking, can't you?
Look, and look at where they're looking. Look what they're doing.
Brown puts up a shot off the backboard and scores it.
That was good defense. Sometimes you're just going to make a shot. There's nothing you can do about it. That was a good defensive sequence for Portageville. He just made the shot.
Yep. Portageville skipping the ball all around. Right now with
from the free throw line.
13 in the quarter. 23-13. 12 seconds left in the first period of play. Kleffer working the baseline. Gets the ball to Jonathan McGarity. Has a ball block. Mac Thornton with the rebound to Brown. He puts it up. Will not go. Rebound in there by Treadwell, and that will end the first quarter with the Portageville Bulldogs on top of the Richland Rebels 23-13. You're watching high school basketball on Y8C TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
For all your agricultural loans, see Mark Weidenbender at Progressive Farm Credit Services, located in Portageville and Caruthersville. Phone 379-3461 or stop by the Portageville office located at 501 West State Highway 162 in Portageville and visit with Mark Weidenbender. That's Progressive Farm Credit Services, a proud sponsor of high school athletics. Also, Butler Drug Store located at 222 East Main Street in Portageville is your local Health Mart pharmacy. Phone 379-5469. Butler Drug Store has a 24-hour prescription service. Phone number 379-9609. Also, they have cards, candy, and many more items for his shopping convenience. Pharmacist Trey Roan invites everyone to Butler Drug Store, located in downtown Portageville. Butler Drug Store is a proud sponsor of the Portageville Bulldog basketball. Terry, a very fast-paced first quarter.
I think it was an excellent first quarter for Portageville. They showed what they can do defensively and offensively. They just showed their quickness. They showed what they can do. 10-point lead. Richland's still in. It's not over, obviously, because Richland's got some guys that can shoot. They've got some offensive firepower.
Yes, they do.
Byron Wright's on the bench.
Drew Thornton has his shot go off the side of the backboard. Menace takes the ball down, loses the handle on it. Thornton comes away with it. Klepper with the ball. Portageville going to fall back into that 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, Menace got a little bit fast for himself on that. There's another steal. This time he gets to Treadwell.
Treadwell scores it.
That's a nice fast break.
It was. First bucket by Treadwell.
That was a good feed by Menace just to lead Treadwell just enough. Portageville's back in their zone with Treadwell out front.
Klepper for three, will not go.
Way off.
And
a little wide to the right.
Three guys from Richland went after the ball. Two of them go on the floor. They were hustling. Into the game for Richland is Ben Griffin, a 5'10 senior.
Now here's Menace, but he starts the game playing in the post. Now he's out in the point.
And got Brown down in the corner. You'd think Brown would be out at the point, but they all handle the ball so well.
They all handle the ball well.
Yeah. They just interchange position, like you said. They're like parts. Just move them around. Brown gives a pump fake. Shot that time put up by Treadwell, did not go. Richland comes away with the rebound. Richland trails by 12. Leffer with the ball. Gets it over to Brown. Down to Griffin. Inside to Jeremy McGarity. Puts up a shot. Will not go. Rebound that time by Fred Treadwell. Boy, quickly down the floor. We're going to have a
blocking foul.
Blocking foul.
Good body control by Menace.
Donnell Menace, the line to shoot two. He has 2 points in the game. Foul was on Brown, his first. Team second. If that will not go, we've got a timeout on the floor with 6:04 to go in the second quarter. Portageville on top, 25-13. UAP and Portageville, a proud sponsor of Portageville Bulldog basketball, and also 162nd State Representative Dr. Terry Swinger wants to wish good luck to all teams in this year's 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Again, we want to thank those folks for bringing tonight's game. Three Rivers Community College, Progressive Farm Credit, Western Auto, State Representative Dr. Terry Swinger, UAP, Butler Drug Store, A-Plus Family Clinic, and Dr. David M. Boyd, General Dentistry. Terry, we've got a break in this action and give you the scoring in the first quarter. Drew Thornton had 6, 4 for Jonathan McGarity, 2 for Jesse Brown, 1 for Jeremy McGarity. Total of 13 points. Richland 3 for 4 from the free throw line. For the Portageville Bulldogs, 13 points of Byron Wright, 4 to Dimitri Treadwell, 2 each to Donnell Menace, Bruce Mathis, and also to Roy Don Booker. And 1 for 2 from the free throw line for Portageville Bulldogs. No threes yet by either team.
Portageville won't shoot very many. If they do, Wright can shoot threes, and Demetric Treadwell can shoot the threes. They don't have to shoot very many threes. When you're shooting layups, you don't need to shoot threes. And they're so adept at getting the ball and getting good shots. Richland's packing the zone back, and Portageville's still getting layups.
Second free throw scores it.
Roy Don Booker hustles into the game. He's going to pressure the ball.
Brown with the ball, has it taken away by Brown.
There's some energy going up in the floor. There's the walk.
Look at that walk, steps.
Roy Don Booker got a little bit ahead of himself. Seen that a couple of times tonight with Portageville. They've just gotten a couple of guys gotten a little bit fast.
Brown to Thornton. Thornton across the timeline. Takes right in the center. Gets it out to Jeremy McGarity. Puts up a three. Will not go. Ball comes back to him. Brown with the ball, and Brown is on him, and ball taken away. Here comes another slammer.
I mean, you can see that one kind of setting up here. You just saw Wright just lurking back there and measuring the ball. He was going to make that steal.
Almost got that one. Oh, we're got a charge on Ben Griffin.
Bruce Mathis was there and in position.
28-13, Portageville putting on a clinic right now.
Griffin was just a little bit out of control, and Mathis was there and set.
Sykeston coach scouting this game because he's going to be playing Portageville later in the year.
Yeah, I think he came here to scout Kennett too, but that.
Out of bounds off Portageville. Mac Thornton back into the game for Ben Griffin. Drew Thornton with the ball up the sideline. Thornton can handle the ball for a big guy.
Thornton's just a good basketball player.
Yes, he is. Brown for three. Will not go. Rebounded by Mathis. Gets the ball down. Whoa, I tell you, what great passing. Treadwell catches the ball, puts it up and in. His first two of the quarter, 6 in the game.
And that was not an easy catch and catch and layup. He was going full speed. Ball's a little behind him, but he was able to keep his pivot foot established to make the layup.
Yep. Another turnover caused by that pressure by Portageville. Wright goes high for the ball. Gets it over. Oh, what a nice pass. Very unselfish. Treadwell to Booker. Booker puts it up and in. We're going to have a foul on Byron Wright, his first. Team's fifth. A.J. Brown going out. Coming in is Donnell Menace. 4:25 to go in the second period. 32-13.
Starting five back out. Almost the walk with Thornton. He didn't drop that last foot. Nice give and go.
Nice shot also by Mike Thornton.
Mac Thornton, yeah, that was a shot over a defender, but it's a nice give and go and a good shot by Thornton.
32-15, first 2 points by Richland in this period. All it comes with 3 minutes and 55 seconds gone. They were on a long dry spell.
Again, Portageville's content to work the ball whenever Richland's going to pack it back. Portageville's content to work it.
Jeremy McGarity with the steal. Cleffer has the ball. Trying to work inside. Jeremy McGarity with the shot. Ball tipped out to Wright. Look at the quickness there. Look at the quickness. He goes in and puts it up. Will not go. Foul is going to be on Ryan Cleffer, his first. Wright will go to the line to shoot two.
He was faster than the defender with the ball. With him having the ball, he was faster than the defender.
Checking in for the Portageville Bulldogs is Caden Robbins, number 15, and going out is Roy Don Booker. Cleffer out for Richland. In is Jonathan McGarity. 3.5 minutes to go in this second period of play. 33-15, Portageville on top. Ball out of bounds off Portageville, off the missed free throw. Portageville drops her press back. You know, that we were talking earlier, people were talking about Portageville, you know, they didn't seem, the games they watch them play, they, you know, win 15 or 18 points or 12 points, and they just don't really impress you. And what people don't realize is they do so many things that, you know, they work on stalling the ball, they work on putting somebody else in the post position, somebody else at the point position. Coach Bidwell, he just does a lot. He's always experimenting with this team.
And it's the games are a learning experience. And like a perfect situation here, Richland's packed back in the zone. Well, Portageville's not going to, you know, they're going to be patient. They're going to wait until the seam opens up and pass it in the seam, get the layup, and get a good shot. They're not going to force it. And but it seems like whenever they need 10 points in a hurry, they can get 10 points in a hurry off of their defense.
Ball off of Richland's hands, goes over to Portageville. A.J. Brown getting ready to check back in for Portageville. Coming out will be Byron Wright.
But I'd like to ask the same people that are saying they aren't impressed with Portageville if they've seen a game this year where they thought the outcome was in doubt. I mean, they may only win by 15, but was the outcome ever in doubt? We watched the Kennett game. The outcome really wasn't in doubt after the first quarter.
No.
You know, Kennett would come back and make it close, but they never got close enough to make the outcome in doubt. No. The same thing with the Richland game, which I saw them play earlier. Richland would come back and make it interesting, but the outcome never was really in doubt.
Bidwell's having them to, or Coach Bidwell, I should say, is having his team to back the ball out. They want Richland to come out, and
they're ahead by 18 points.
Sure.
The object is to win the game, and at some point in this season, they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play that.
Yeah.
He walked.
Going to have a walking call on Mac Thornton.
They're going to be in a situation sometime this year where they're going to have to stretch out the defense and play that type of offense.
Ball out of bounds will stay with the Portageville Bulldogs. 1:45 to go in this second period of play. Treadwell with the ball. To Menace. Fred Treadwell now with the ball. Again, they're just passing the ball back and forth, making that defense, as Terry just told you, come out.
And when the defense comes out, something's going to open up in a lane.
Pass is getting more crisp. Drew Thornton with a steal.
Might have walked, didn't.
Portageville on the run. Ball tipped out of bounds by Richland.
Nice block underneath by Menace.
Well, good no call both ways.
I think so.
Thornton could have had a foul out front here. Could have been a foul under the basket. Pass down there intended for Robbins.
Just a little bit low for him.
Yep. Right back in along with Mathis. Going out are Donnell Menace and also Treadwell. That's Fred Treadwell.
I'm not noticing DJ Birdwell on the bench tonight. He's a valuable sub for Portageville. Played yesterday.
Oh, nice cut that time by Mac Thornton. Put it up and in. 33-17, 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ball passed down and over the head of Robbins. I didn't notice that Birdwell was not on the bench.
Yeah, I just looked over because I noticed he hadn't played, and I don't see him over there. He did play yesterday.
Jonathan McGarity going to be fouled on the floor. Foul going to be on Bruce Mathis, his second. Team sixth.
That was a quick catch and release. They probably needed to take a couple seconds. Drew Thornton, good sequence by Richland. Drew Thornton making the steal. Brown with the running three. That was a good sequence by Richland. They on their offense, they executed their offense well and got the good pass down the lane for the layup, and then get the steal on the defensive end and score. So they get about 4 points and narrow the lead to 14.
Well, that ends the first half of play with the Portageville Bulldogs up by 14, 33-19 over the Richland Rebels. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Well, it's halftime here at this game, and we're going to give you the stats here at the first half for Portageville Bulldogs. Byron Wright with 16 points, 6 points by Dimitri Treadwell, 4 by Roy Don Booker, 3 by Donnell Menace, and 2 to Fred Treadwell and to Bruce Mathis. Free throw wise, Portageville 3 for 6, no three-pointers. Foul-wise, Bruce Mathis with 2, and then with 1 is Donnell Menace, also Roy Don Booker, Fred Treadwell, and Byron Wright. For the Richland Rebels, they're led in scoring by Jonathan McGarity and Drew Thornton, each with 6, 4 to Mac Thornton, 2 to Jesse Brown, and 1 to Jeremy McGarity. No three-pointers. Richland 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Give me your take on this first half.
Really no surprises. Portageville comes out strong. They used their quickness to build the lead. Richland made a good move to get back in, but Portageville's quickness and overall strength probably going to be too much for Richland. But Richland's hanging in. They've made some shots. They've made, especially in the last half of the second quarter, they made some pretty good defensive stops to stop Portageville and get some turnovers, and force some turnovers in Portageville. So they're still in the game. It's a 14-point game. Richland's got some guys that can shoot. They've got guys that can score, and Portageville at times gets a little sloppy with the ball. And if they get a little bit sloppy with the ball and Richland creates some turnovers, Richland can get right back in this game.
Sometimes quickness, though, will do that. When you're trying to get layups and shoot the ball and get it down quick, sometimes that will happen.
Yeah, you're going to turn over. With the way they play, the way they run the court, you're going to turn the ball over. Sometimes they get a little bit ahead of themselves. They're so quick. You know, sometimes they're not as quick as even they think they are.
Right.
And but if you play that style of game, you're going to have turnovers. But there were a couple of times that, you know, passes that were thrown to underneath that were probably ill-advised. And they're going to have some turnovers. If Richland can capitalize on a few of those, they can get back in this game. But the quickness that Portageville has is, you look at that with the other teams in this tournament and other high school teams you've seen, and it's just outstanding. It's just superior.
Well, that's the first half wrap. We'll be back in just a moment for the second half of this game number 16 of the 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament between the Portageville Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Welcome back to tonight's game. Second half just about to get started. Want to tell you this game tonight brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Progressive Farm Credit in Portageville and Crothersville, your Western Auto Store in Portageville, 162nd District State Representative Dr. Terry Swinger, UAP in Portageville, Butler Drug Store, your Health Mart Pharmacy in Portageville, also A+ Family Medical, and Dr. David M. Boyd, General Dentistry, and the We Care team. A+ Family Clinic located at 203 East 3rd Street in Portageville. Phone 379-2100. A+ Clinic is proud to support the Portageville Bulldogs. If you're feeling less than your best, come see the A-team at A+ Family Clinic in Portageville. Dr. David M. Boyd General Dentistry has 2 offices, 118 East Main Street in Portageville, open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. For appointments, phone 379-3650, or in Portageville, 109 East 5th Street in Crothersville, open Monday and Fridays. For appointments, phone 333-1550. That's Dr. David M. Boyd, General Dentistry, and the We Care team remind everyone, whatever you do, do for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. Again, I want to thank all of our sponsors for making this game possible. And if you like watching high school basketball on YHC TV, tell them the next time you see them how much you appreciate them. Richland will start with the ball. Mac Thornton has it.
One of the most important things about any basketball game is the first 3 to 4 minutes of the second half.
To me, that's a tough part of the game because you've come out after sitting there for 6 or 7 minutes. Now your body is relaxed. You come out, now you're trying to get those muscles going again.
Trying to get cranked up again. But one thing that in the games we've seen Portageville so far this year is they've come out really aggressively both at the start of the game and the second half.
Drew Thornton goes to the line to shoot 2. The foul that time was on Donnell Menace, his second. Thornton cans the first.
I look for Portageville to push it right here. So they're wanting to come out strong to start this half.
Ball off of Portageville. Turnover. Turnover on the Bulldogs.
Coach Bible was wanting the foul, but it was just a turnover.
Right off his foot. Brown with the ball.
And Portageville's going to pressure.
Turnover
and the pressure results in the turnover. If I was a point guard on the team and I had Byron Wright measuring me, it makes you kind of squeamish.
Ball passed down underneath to Dimitri Treadwell, and he puts up a shot. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Treadwell had 6 in the first half. Foul that time on Jonathan McGarity, his second. We get a break. Remind me to tell you about what I heard a speech maker tell one time about going to be playing a tough game the next day.
Okay.
First shot by Treadwell will not go. Second shot knocks it home. He now has 7, 34-21.
Portageville's going to ratchet it up to start the second half.
Thornton takes that ball down the sideline left-handed, stops, puts up a jump shot, scores it.
Drew Thornton slowing him down.
Drew Thornton, nice game. He has 10. We've got a charge foul. Foul on Dimitri Treadwell. Good.
Drew Thornton.
Good defense by Thornton that time. 7:03 to go. Richland with the ball has cut the lead from 14 down to 11, and they had the ball.
We were talking about Portageville coming off to the hot start of the half, but it's Richland that's doing it. Drew Thornton is the one doing it for Richland.
He puts it down again.
He scored what, 6?
He scored all 6. I'll tell you what, Thornton feels it right now, doesn't he?
Yes. Yes, he's got his confidence. Mathis draws the foul.
Mathis put up a shot that time. He's going to be fouled.
Portageville has come out to start the second half very aggressively on the offense.
Jonathan McGarity with his 3rd foul. Mathis to the line to shoot 2. First one will not go. He has 2 in the first half. Cleffer in for Jonathan McGarity. 34-25. 10-point lead now by the Bulldogs.
Now some energy comes in as A.J. Brown.
Treadwell out, A.J. Brown in.
Portageville drops back. They're dropping back to pressure, but they're still going with the 1-3-1, which generated quite a few points for them in the first half.
Cleffer in the corner for 3. Will not go. Ball rebounded by Menace. Wright has the ball taken from him.
By Drew Thornton.
I'll tell you, Drew Thornton has played him a great 2 minutes here in his first right after the halftime.
Drew Thornton takes it away from A.J. Brown, and we've got an 8-point game.
Yeah, Mac Thornton put that one up.
Mac Thornton, I'm sorry.
35-27. Boy, I tell you, Richland has come out really hot and aggressive. Ball taken away by Richland. A chance to cut it to 6.
As McGarity, Jeremy McGarity with the deflection.
Drew Thornton gets it to Cleffer. Cleffer in, puts it up, scores it. His first basket tonight.
We got a 6-point game. We said it was Portageville is going to come out smoking. It's Richland that's smoking. Timeout, Portageville. They need it.
With 5:33 to go in this third period of play, 35-29. Portageville on top of Richland. Western Auto, located at 300 East Main Street in downtown Portageville, supports high school athletics. Western Auto in Portageville is your snapper dealer. Western Auto is your store for all your home needs. That's Western Auto in downtown Portageville. Stop and talk with Virginia Hitchcock or call 573-379-3821. For all your agricultural loans, see Mark Weidenbender at Progressive Farm Credit Services, located in Portageville and Caruthersville. Phone 379-3461 or stop by the Portageville office located at 501 West State Highway 162 in Portageville and visit with Mark Weidenbender. Progressive Farm Credit Services, a proud sponsor of high school athletics. Well, this has been, I tell you, Richland's on fire, and Drew Thornton has him fired up.
Yeah, he scored 6 points, made a big steal. I thought it was going to be Portageville was going to come out aggressive, come out smoking in this second half, but and Portageville's been aggressive, but they haven't clicked. And Drew Thornton and Richland have clicked here in the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter, and it's a game now. Game's on.
Wright with the ball, gets it over to Mathis, back to Wright. Right to Mathis. He thought about 3, pulled it back.
Richland's got the momentum. They're feeling it.
They are.
There's Drew Thornton on the floor. Gets it out.
Mac Thornton
gets
sends
out
it back
Mac.
to Brown to Drew Thornton. Down to Cleffer. Cleffer's going to drive the lane. Puts it
nice
up.
Move.
Scores it. Very nice move.
It's a 4-point game.
Richland is on fire, folks.
Richland is taking it to Portageville.
35-31. Ball put up that time by.
Nice ball movement.
Minus. Stop the bleeding a little bit. 37-31.
Treadwell had it on the baseline. Menace broke down the lane. Just nice ball movement for the layup. Sometimes you get lucky. I think he was trying to bounce that off Portageville player out of bounds, and nobody saw the ball. Instead of Mac Thornton picks it up for a layup. There's another steal by Richland. Portageville takes it right back. Byron Wright over to the wing. There's 2.
Well, that was quick.
That's 4 quick ones for Portageville.
39-33. Cleffer tried to hit.
It was deflected. Nope,
tried to hit Thornton underneath. Thornton broke the other way.
Timeout, Richland.
With timeout on the floor, the Portageville Bulldogs up 39-33 with 3:59 to go in this third quarter. Butler Drug Store, located at 222 East Main Street in Portageville, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. Phone 379-5469. That's Butler Drug Store. They have 24-hour prescription service. That phone number is 379-9609. They also have cards, candy, and many more items for your shopping convenience. Pharmacist Trey Roan invites everyone to Butler Drug Store, located downtown Portageville. It's Butler Drug Store, a proud sponsor of Portageville Bulldogs. Also, UAP in Portageville, a proud sponsor of those Bulldogs. And also, 162nd State Representative Dr. Terry Swinger wants to wish all teams in this year's 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament the best of luck.
Okay, Coach Knight, Casey Knight for Richland calls that timeout. They've been on a good run. Portageville scored a couple of times. I think he knows if they're going to win the game, this is probably the time they're going to have to do it.
Casey Knight does a great job with that Richland team.
He sure does.
This is his third season there, and he just does a great job.
Now, 2 years ago, they surprised everybody in this tournament, come in as a 15 seed, and I think they ended up winning the 5th place game. Hey, there's Portageville out of the timeout with just excellent spacing, excellent ball movement.
Fred Treadwell with the shot. Cleffer in, puts up a shot, will not go. Rebounded by Fred Treadwell. The other Treadwell is Dimitri that scored that last bucket. Dimitri from the corner again, will not go.
He can't
Good
make that shot.
Good block out there.
Excellent block out by Matt Thornton. He got his hip on the shooter and got the rebound.
Used to call that drill butt in the gut.
Yep.
A.J. Brown with the ball. Here we go. He puts it up. Will
Won't
not go.
Byron Wright
tip,
can't get it.
Go.
Mathis with it.
Mathis is going to drive the lane, puts it up, scores it. Bruce Mathis with the.
And here's Portageville with four quick points. They're up by 10 now.
Yep.
Richland's going to have to get another run. Cleffer had a couple of drives that way that worked. That one didn't.
Right with the ball. He's going to push it. He's going to go on up with it.
That's a little short.
Ball out of bounds off of Portageville.
Just a little short arm on that one.
Donnell minus in for Dimitri Treadwell. Mac Thornton going to work against Brown.
He gets by him.
Brown for Richland with the ball. Down to Mac Thornton in the corner. He's going to work against Wright. Wright
good
sealed,
defense.
Wright
Good
sealed
defense
that baseline,
to seal the baseline.
Jump ball will go over to Portageville Bulldogs. 2 minutes.
That was good quick feet by Byron Wright to get over
Sure
seal
was.
the baseline, and Mac Thornton didn't have anywhere to go. He threw the pass to Drew Thornton, but got it down on his feet, and Portageville got the tie up and possession of the ball.
Drew Thornton coming out for a blow. Coming in for him will be Ben Griffin.
Portageville walking it up. 2:10 left in the third.
Mathis with the ball to Wright. Wright from 10 will not go. Ball rebounded by Griffin. Has the ball taken away by Wright. Wright stops, shoots, will not go. We're going to have a foul. Foul is going to be on Jesse Brown, his second.
The quickness of Wright to get over to the defensive position. He misses the shot here on the right side of the court, and the rebound, he's over at half court on the left side of the court in defensive position to make the steal. Off the dribble. Stole the guy out off the dribble.
Roy Don Booker in for Mathis for the Portageville. Second one up, scores it. He has 18 in the game. Dimitri Treadwell in for Wright for Portageville. Portageville falls back. They're going to play a 1-3-1 zone.
And A.J. Brown in the back of it.
Mac Thornton with the ball. Gets it to Brown. Brown over to Griffin. Griffin down to Cleffer. Cleffer tried to hit.
Over and back.
Griffin back out there with it. We've got an over and back. Portageville will control the ball under their own basket.
Yes. No, it'll be over on the side.
They'll give it on the side, okay.
That's the. No, it will be under the basket. I thought the over and back would have been out on the side.
Dimitri Treadwell drives in. It's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Jonathan McGarity. I have him down for 4, and that's what the clock says. Treadwell goes to the line to shoot 2. He's 1 for 2 from the line. Howard short.
Dylan Desjournay in the game for Richland. He usually gives them some pretty good minutes underneath. Also in is Jeremy McGarity.
Next one up, scores it.
Back to a 13-point lead.
Treadwell with 12 in the game. Griffin with the ball.
Quickness of Portageville completely sealed off that lane.
Foul going to be on Brown, Jesse Brown.
They're going to call it on the floor. It's going to be to get the ball out of bounds. He fouled him before he got the shot away.
Dylan DeJournette in for Richland. You may have said that while I was sneezing. I apologize.
Yeah, and I just like to say Dylan DeJournay. That's a great name.
DeJournay, that does sound nice.
It's not a Southeast Missouri typical name, is it?
Ball tipped back up by Roy Don Booker. 48-33, 15-point lead with 1 minute to go in the third quarter for the Portageville Bulldogs. Dylan is a sprint car driver.
Oh.
And he drives a sprint car, high school student, and races at the Malden Speedway and around the area. And he goes to all kinds of sprint car races. Fine young man. We're going to have him on the race show a little bit later. Portageville puts the ball up and misses, gets the rebound. Now we've got a jump ball. Jump ball will go over to the Richland Rebels. Drew Thornton back in with 41 seconds to go in this third period of play.
Going to try to narrow the gap just a little bit by getting their best offensive player on the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, Thornton had as good a run as you want to see the first 4 minutes of coming out in the third quarter as anybody I've seen in a long time.
And he had a good run, then Kleffler made a couple of good baskets.
Well, we've got a hook foul there on Fred Treadwell. Or a holding foul, I guess I should say. He and Thornton were getting aggressive there. I like that. Well, they're trying to hit Thornton underneath.
And
they did. He scores it.
Said he's 6'1". He's the guys that are guarding him are taller than he is, but he finds a way to get the ball in the basket.
Oh, beautiful shot that time, put up by Dimitri Treadwell. It was for 2.
He is a good shooter.
7 seconds to go. Foul is going to be on Fred Treadwell, his third. With 8.5 seconds to go. Richland will inbound the ball under their own basket.
That was a pretty good collision on that one.
Yes, Mathis coming in for Fred Treadwell.
I mean, and it wasn't a dirty foul or anything. It was just 2 guys colliding.
They're looking for Thornton to get under the basket. Ball kicked out of bounds by Portageville.
Yeah, Booker got his foot down on that one.
Yep.
8 seconds left. This will be a big bucket for Richland.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Thornton must have got cut.
That's what it looks like. Nope. Must not be.
Robbins coming in for Booker for Portageville. Portageville going to kind of clog the middle this time. Nice swing at time by.
Couldn't get it to go.
Couldn't get it to go, no, but the horn goes off.
That was a nice swing because everybody thought, everybody in the gym in Portageville and everybody sitting here thought that they were going to go to Drew Thornton. They get into Drew Thornton, but then they designed the play to get a 3-point try by Jesse Brown. It just doesn't go.
Well, that ends the third quarter of play with Portageville on top of Richland, 50-35. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Terry, we got a minute before we start here. I was going to tell you the story that this speaker heard. He said, found out that he was going to have to play, when he was in college, his next tennis match, the next day he was going to have to play John McEnroe. He got the match and said the umpire asked him how he slept last night. He said, just like a baby. Said every 2 hours I woke up and cried. So that's the way I would be if I was a guard, knowing that Wright was going to be guard. Or Welch, either one.
Right, yeah. Either one of those guys, you're sitting there dribbling the ball and their eyes are on the ball. Something bad's getting ready to happen to you. We thought Portageville was going to come out strong starting the third quarter. They didn't. Richland came out smoking and really cut the lead back. Then Portageville just chipped away. Portageville ends up increasing their advantage.
Yep. Ball tipped out of bounds by Richland. Oh, going to be off the Portageville's hand.
But as good as Richland started that second half, Portageville still ended up increasing their advantage.
50-35. Now they gained 1 point that quarter. Mac Thornton with the ball. Gets it to Jeremy McGarity, to Cleffer.
Portageville's playing a good aggressive man-to-man now.
Drew Thornton underneath, puts it up, scores it. I'll tell you what, the young man is really showing something tonight. Drew Thornton having him a game. Now has 16 in the game.
He's been very impressive. He's a scorer. He knows how, he finds a way to get the ball into the bucket.
Free throw good. He's 5 for 5 from the line, 17 points. Mathis with the ball to Wright. Ball taken away by McGarity, and we got a push foul by Donnell Minus, his third foul. Portageville's 6th team foul. Next foul by Portageville will send the Rebels to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Brown working against Wright. Thornton has it, puts up a jump shot from 12, will not go. Rebounded, finally comes away with it. Mathis, he gets it to Wright, right down the side. He's going to go inside, puts it up, scores it. Off balance.
He better score that one as a 1-on-5 fast break.
Yeah, he was off balance. He was never squared up.
And he was off balance, but he got the ball. And he had a soft touch.
Yes.
And he got a roll.
Cleffer with the ball, puts a shot up, but Thornton with the rebound.
Menace is out of bounds.
Coming down with the rebound was Menace, but he was on the out-of-bounds line. 52-38, 6:33 to go. Coming back in the game is Fred Treadwell. Coming out is Donnell Minus. Is that Minus or Menace?
I've always said Menace, but I'm not sure.
I believe it is Menace. That's my fault. Jeremy McGarity with the shot. Thornton with the rebound, puts it back up, will not go. Coming away with
break
it.
Out the right.
Treadwell.
There's another dunk.
Boy.
Whoa.
Right, just
one step from the free throw line, and down it goes. He can get up in a hurry.
Yes, he can. Nice defensive play that time by Bruce Mathis, knocking the ball out of bounds. 6:15 to go in the game. 54-38. Portageville up by 16.
I believe that's 3 dunks for Wright in this game.
Yes, it is. We've got timeout on the floor with 6:15 to go. Portageville 54, Richland 38. We're going to keep it right here. Terry, this has been a very, very entertaining game. I mean, just when you think that Portageville's going to put them away, here comes Richland. They haven't given up. And then Richland gets that thing down to 6 points. And then all of a sudden, here comes they get it down to 4, don't they? That's right.
4.
Got it down to 4, and then all of a sudden, here comes Portageville exploding.
Then you look up, it's 15 again.
Yeah.
Portageville just gets so many points off of their defense and gets so many points in a hurry. That just makes them that much more trouble and that much better.
Well, they're a fun team to watch. But I am very impressed with Drew Thornton tonight. He's played one great game. I tell you, he's made some tough shots. He's perfect from the free throw line. Has not committed a foul, and yet he's been playing very aggressive defense. And the shot selection that he's taken has been very good. He's had some tough shots.
He's showing some of the promise. You know, he's coming around some of the promise he showed 2 years ago in this tournament when he had such a nice tournament and was all tournament team.
Richland having trouble getting the ball in after the timeout, but they get it in.
Portageville stepped up the defense. There's Thornton with a nice
Thornton
turnaround, just can't get it to go. Drew Thornton battles with the rebound.
He may have pushed that shot a little bit.
There's Byron Wright running the break. Treadwell can't get it to go, but there's Roydon Booker to knock it off of McGarity out of bounds.
Under 6 minutes left to go in this game. Wright with the shot, short. Thornton with the rebound, has the ball taken away, and we're going to have a
takes
foul.
It away, and it looks like the foul's going to be on Thornton.
Fred Treadwell took the ball away, and Thornton fouled him.
And then, Thornton took it right back. Thornton got a piece of him.
Yep. Ball off of Booker's hands. Wright comes away with it. To Mathis, out to Wright, right at the top of the key. Kicks off to Treadwell. Back to Wright, to Treadwell.
Portageville's content to use some time. They're not going to force it.
Ball put up that time by Fred Treadwell. Out of bounds off of Richland. Griffin in for the Rebels, going out as Cleffer.
Fred Treadwell's a little bit off balance with that shot, and that's going to bring Menace back into the game.
Yep.
Treadwell is getting some good minutes. He's a sophomore. We're not going to say anything about any juniors on Portageville because they don't have any.
Oh, nice shot that time with the left hand was Bruce Mathis. He now has 7 in the game.
Good pass from Demetric Treadwell.
Biggest lead for Portageville. They're up by 18 with 5 minutes to go. There's Wright with the skill.
He's
going to put it up, and
he just measured him and just picks it.
Brown with his 4th foul. To the line to shoot 2 will be Wright. Both teams are in the bonus now. Wright's first free throw is good. He has 5 1/4, 23 in the game, and just a very quiet 23.
Very quiet 23.
Yep.
He had that flurry right at first.
Yep.
And he's not looking to score. He's a point guard.
Yep. Drew Thornton with a shot, will not go. Mathis with the rebound, kicks the ball out front. Ball to McGarity.
Mathis comes back.
He's a little frustrated, I think.
He's frustrated by himself of making that pass.
Jerry McGarity will go to the line to shoot 2. He is 1 for 2 from the line tonight, has 1 point. Mathis with 3 fouls now. First one up, good. I hear nothing but good reports or good things about the McGarity twins. They're hard workers, good students. Mathis gets the ball to Treadwell. Treadwell with a spin move, gets it over underneath to Menace, and he scores it.
Now Treadwell had a shot, but
Yes.
Menace had a better shot, and that's the mark of a good team.
Griffin for 3, scores it. First 3 of the night by either team.
Well, that was one of the first open looks that Richland's really had from the outside.
Yep.
They took advantage.
You think of Cleffer shooting the 3. Oh, what a move by Wright.
Nice ball fake up from Wright, put the defense out of position, and again from up here you just saw the lane open up and he just took it.
7 1/4. 25 in the game. Back Thornton with the ball. Gets it to Griffin. To Brown. Brown for 3. Can't get it to go. Wright
There's
with the rebound.
Wright's running. No call.
Put the layup up, would not go. Garrity with the shot, will not go. Tipped back by Mac Thornton, will not go. Mathis with the rebound and throws it back, and we've got a timeout on the floor with 3:22 to go, a 20-point lead by Portageville, 61-41. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit ragged
and rough,
and rough. And I think that's a good timeout. Don't want to get anybody hurt. You got a 20-point lead. It's cold.
Yes.
I don't know what it is outside, but I think they're bringing in. I think the ice capades are following us up.
I want to tell you this game tonight being brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Progressive Farm Credit in Portageville and Crothersville, your Western Auto Store in Portageville, 162nd District Representative Dr. Terry Swinger, UAP in Portageville, Butler Drug Store, your Health Mart Pharmacy in Portageville, A+ Family Clinic, and Dr. David M. Boyd General Dentistry, and the We Care team. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed watching high school basketball on our channel. It's Channel 21 on New Wave Communications. We appreciate all the feedback we get, positive things, people like Terry McVeigh that help us out, Jim Hall, all our team, Lloyd Rice. We've enjoyed what we do here. Tommy Jacobs.
This is fun.
Oh, it is.
This is just fun. And watching some of these players play, good gosh, I'd be here anyway. And just this whole atmosphere for this tournament. I look forward to this tournament every year. Whenever I get my new calendar every year at the office, the first thing I do is go to the back in December and mark the Bloomfield Christmas tournament.
First free throw put up by Bruce Mathis is good. Coming in is Fred Treadwell. Going out is Dimitri Treadwell. Scott Cruz helped us do a game. Somebody had a lane violation there. Scott Cruz helped me do a game one time at Malden with the coaches where they're giving their checks to the cancer for 18 for life. And he said, after he got through, he said, I've never had so much fun in my life. I got to come to the game and talk.
Well, I usually come to the game and talk, and that's why I'm doing this anyway, except my language may be better, hopefully, on the air.
Well, that's why we have David Black.
Yeah, that's why we have editing.
62-41, under 3 minutes to go in this game.
Life's always good with editing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But seriously, you come up to the tournament, you see people you haven't seen maybe for a year, some people you may have gone to school with, and it's always fun. You know, if everybody comes back to what they call the Bloomfield tournament, if nothing else, just to make, to walk in and say I was there.
Right.
And the officiating is always good. Play is very competitive. Boy, what a drive. We got a charge.
Drew Thornton, I think
Drew Thornton could be hurt.
He held his ground well.
He sure did. He's going to get up on his own power.
Yeah. He's going to hit. Coach wanted to bring somebody in, but I think he wants to stay in the game.
He wants to stay in. Charge foul that time on Donnell Menace.
Good little bit of sportsmanship. Thornton's coming out, but a couple of Portageville players slapped hands with Thornton.
Yep. Robbins coming in for Portageville. Also Billingsley in for Thornton for Richland. 2:29 to go, 62-41.
Officials doing a little housework on the floor.
Terry,
I don't see how these guys will be sweating. It's cold. I know
it has been cold in here.
It has, and people who haven't visited this tournament this year aren't going to believe us, because usually this place is a steam bath. But this year, I think they're counting on the body heat from all the crowd. Well, this game, the Stoddard County teams are finished. Well, Richland, but the big crowd's gone, and it is cool in here, folks.
They say they're having to keep it cool to keep the floor from sweating because of the humidity outside. But after today, that temperature is really going to drop.
Right.
Griffin from the corner puts it up. It's a 2. Griffin now has 5 in the game, all 5 in this quarter. We're going to go under 2 minutes to go, 62-43.
Portageville just walking the ball up
Yeah.
the court now. They're good. They're getting ready to get clear their bench. Griffin's not finished yet, is it? He's
Griffin
still wanting
hustling.
to play. He's still wanting to play. He's a senior.
Coming in for Portageville is Rondres Booker. Also, they've got Caden Robbins on the floor, A.J. Brown, Fred Treadwell, and Fernando Menace. Ball back to Fred Treadwell. He gets the ball to Fernando Menace, back to Treadwell. I'll tell you one thing, the guys coming off the bench are working an offense as hard as the starters.
Well, they want to come off the bench again.
That's well said.
They're going to run their offense.
Yep. Ball taken away by Kleffler. Behind the back dribble, loses it.
He recovers,
it back.
gets it out front, Griffin.
Griffin puts up one with the free throw line, scores it. Oh, this guy's a shooter.
He is. He's made two in a row.
7 points in this quarter. 62-45, 1:05 to go. Now look at Bidwell over there. I mean, they're up 17, and he's coaching like they're down for 3. Got to have the bucket.
These kids he's going to need some of these guys in the game. He may have people sick. He may have one of those games where you got 6 people foul out. He's going to need some of these guys.
Kleffler with the foul, going to go to the line to shoot 2 is going to be Fred Treadwell. It's Kleffler's second foul. .47 seconds to go. First one good. Parker Evans in for Richland.
Jake Young for Portageville.
He's a 5'8 sophomore. Jake Young.
Looks like to be about a 6'1", 6'2 sophomore.
Well, we listed him 6'3".
They got 6'3". No. Well, I won't win any prizes at the county fair then. But I got close.
Dylan DeJournette with the shot will not go, but putting it back is Jonathan McGarity. He now has 8 in the game.
Less than 30 seconds to go, and again, Portageville's wanting to set up their offense.
Fred Treadwell with a drive, and we're going to have a blocking foul on DeJournette.
And he's going to count it.
Bucket's going to count?
I think he counts it. Shoot 1.
Free throw will not go. Evans with the ball to Jernette. He's going to put up a 3. Won't go. Rebound that time by Rondres Booker.
Treadwell
down to
just
3
walking
seconds.
down the court, and that'll be the game.
Final score in this one, Portageville 66, Richland 47. Portageville will now move on to play Twin Rivers.
That's going to be a good game.
That will be a good game.
Both semifinal games are going to be good games. Bernie and Dexter is going to be a good game.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and tell you how the semifinals are going to stack up, just so that in case we're running these games, you might want to know. We'll be right back. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Okay, the second round games are all over. We're all set up for the semifinals that are going to be played Monday night here. The first semifinal game will match the number 1 seeded Bernie Mules against the 5 seed Dexter Bearcats, and the second semifinal game will be Twin Rivers against Portageville. In the consolation bracket, South Penn is going to play Haytie, Malden will play Donovan, and in the 5th place brackets will be Bloomfield against Puxico, Van Buren versus Richland. Those semifinal games in the championship bracket, this might be to me, one of the better nights of high school basketball.
Yes.
Because the place will be absolutely packed. They'll have to pull out the floor bleachers. The place will be packed. There'll be people lined up all the way around the gym. Of course, Bernie and Dexter, both of them Stoddard County teams that are about 10 miles from each other. Bernie's the #1 seed. Dexter last year, they got some atonement to do. They went 2 and out. This year they're much better, and they've won by comfortable margins both times. Twin Rivers Portageville. Twin Rivers is just a very solid team. They've been very impressive in this tournament. Portageville, of course, comes in as the #2 seed. That's where everybody expected them to be, and they are so quick and so good defensively. But they're going to be quicker than Twin Rivers, but Twin Rivers is going to be stronger than them. And Twin Rivers doesn't lack a whole lot on the quickness end. So that's going to be, I think that Twin Rivers Portageville's game is going to be a really good basketball game.
I think it will be too, and we're looking forward to the semifinal action. There's 10 games left in this tournament. 6 will be played on Monday, and 4 will be played on the final day on Tuesday. And we're looking forward for YHC to bring you all those games. We did have a forfeit today, Kenneth Malden game. We had a Kenneth player that went down on his own. They really not sure what it was. Thought maybe he was dehydrated. The last word we got, he is okay, and we're glad of that. But Kenneth players were really shook up because the young man laid there on the floor for a few minutes, and medical attention was there. The EMS teams got right to him and took care of him, and Kenneth players just really shook up, and they just decided not to come back out. Malden will win that game on a forfeit, and they move on. I want to give you the scoring recap of this game very quickly here. Portageville Bulldogs will move on. Byron Wright, the top scorer all night with 25 points, 14 to Dimitri Treadwell, 8 to Bruce Mathis, 7 to Donnell Menace, 6 to Roy Don Booker, and 4 to Fred Treadwell. They were 12 for 20 from the free throw line. No three-pointers for the Portageville team. For the Richland Rebels, scoring went like this. Drew Thornton with a great game, 17 points, 8 points to Jonathan McGarity, 8 to Mac Thornton, 7 to Ben Griffin, and 4 to Ryan Cliffer, and 2 to Jesse Brown. Total of 47 points. 7 for 10 from the free throw line were the Richland Rebels, and they had the only three-pointer in this contest.
And very few three-pointers were even attempted.
That's right. Terry, I want to thank you for your help. Always fun to call a game with you. Corey Martin on the camera. And I'm Bill Hampton. Till next time, make sure you put those seatbelts on. We want to see you at a game, and hopefully you'll get out and watch a game very soon. Watch these student athletes. They're out here working hard and having fun. And who knows, you may see us at a game. If you do, please come by and say hi to us. And don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, look forward to tomorrow.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare located in Dexter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Flanagan with Edward Jones Investments, and we're post-game here with Coach Casey Knight of the Richland Rebels. Well, Coach, you came up a little bit short tonight on against a very, very tough Portageville team. The final score was 19 points. Was that kind of how you expected the game to go, or what?
Well, we knew they're a great team. You know, my hat's off to Coach Bidwell. You know, great, tremendous coach, and you know, coming in playing Portageville, what you're going to get. They're going to be intense. They're going to get up and they're going to guard you. And on offense, you know, they're going to attack the basket. And you know, I thought we could play with them, you know, and be a competitive game. And there in the third quarter, at one time we'd cut it to 6. And overall, I was proud of our kids' effort.
Well, you must have given a Bobby Knight halftime speech because your kids came out on fire that third quarter, and you went on an 8-2 run.
Mm-hmm. I think the first half we were timid. We were filling them out, you know, playing Portageville, you know, and knowing what we were going to get. I thought we came out a little timid, and it took us out of our game. It took us out of attack mode, and you know, basically at halftime we scratched that, and we were just going to try to do what we do well, and we tried to get out and force some turnovers, and was successful with that.
Well, your kids played extremely hard, and you were in the ball game right really until about midway through the fourth quarter, and then they kind of got a little separation on you.
Definitely they did, and you know, they just kept drilling away, and one, we got a little tired, and two, when we made our run, we were forcing turnovers and we're capitalizing off of those. And I think we continue to force some turnovers, but then we give it right back to them. Yeah. And it's good for us to face that kind of pressure and my guards to face that pressure and get used to that type of speed.
I thought Drew Thornton had a real nice ball game for you.
Yes, I thought he really done a good job. He, you know, at times I looked up and he'd be a double, triple team, and he kept fighting to get him on his back and score the ball. And he never really quit working.
I thought Ryan Kleffer did some good, excuse me, did some good things for you at different times.
Yeah, he did, and I think, you know, he's a sophomore. He's going to be a good player for me, and being a sophomore, seeing this type of pressure sort of took him out of his game a little bit. You know, he done some good things, made some good passes, but, you know, he's a scorer, and he can put the ball in the hole. And seeing that pressure, you got to get used to that, and that can take you out of that part of your game for a while, but I was proud.
Now, who do you get next?
We've got Van Buren.
Van Buren
on Monday.
Tell me a little bit about them.
Oh, we got to see them there against Twin Rivers, and you know Twin Rivers is a good team, and I don't remember what the final score was, but I know Twin Rivers came on top, and you know they're scrappy. You know they look like a fundamental team. They look like mainly guards, so you know we're gonna try to pound it down low to Drew and see if we can play our game.
Give them a heavy dose of Drew Thornton on Monday night.
There you go.
Okay, well we'll be real excited to see how that works out. And Coach, good luck to you for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare, located in Dexter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Flanagan with Edward Jones Investments, and we're post-game with Coach Jim Bidwell of the Portageville Bulldogs, and they've just defeated the Richland Rebels by 19 points. Coach, was the final score indicative of what you thought the game would end up being like?
Yeah, I mean, they played us. They were a scrappy bunch, and you know, it ended up 19. It felt a lot closer than that. Never felt comfortable till the very end there, and we had some good, you know, some good finishes there in the end. They were having to gamble a little bit. We responded. So, but they're scrappy. I'll tell you, they're tough to beat.
Now you're pretty much a senior-laden ball club, aren't you?
Right. Yeah, we have 7 seniors, and so you know. We're going to try and enjoy it while we can.
Now, what, in your opinion, what was the turning point in the game?
Well, I just think that we responded to their runs, and you know they didn't quit. And if we would have come out and kind of played lackadaisical or quit playing, then they were making runs, and I think they would have caught up and possibly beat us. But our kids responded, and you know, wouldn't be denied as far as trying to step it up on the defensive end. We had a couple let-ups on our rebounds, and when we did, they made us pay for it. But overall, it was probably the way we finished.
It was a 14-point ball game at half, and Richland comes out and scores 8-2 run. And I'm kind of starting to think, hey, you know, wow, they're going to get right back in this thing, and you guys respond with a 10-2 run. Yeah,
and I was thinking the same thing you were. You know, all the upsets they've had so far in this tournament, I was beginning to think, well, we're the next victim, and because things weren't going our way, but we stepped up, like you said, on the defensive end and got some steals and made some crucial buckets there in the end, got some rebounds and putbacks, and you know, that was the difference. Yeah.
Now you're the number 2 rated team behind Bernie. You're obviously right where you want to be after the second day. And you will get Twin Rivers on Monday.
Right, and we've played Twin Rivers before, and I tell you, they really looked a lot better tonight than when we played them the first time. They really get up and down the floor well, and they run the floor extremely well. And you know, our kids, if they don't get back on defense, will be they'll be making us pay for it.
Yeah, I was impressed with their physicality. I thought they looked really strong out there.
They do. They've got good physical bodies on them. They run well. They don't seem like they get tired. So it's going to be 4 quarters. I guarantee you, the fact that we beat them the first time gives them a little edge as far as you know, trying to get their motivation up. So we're going to have to come out and not, you know, have our A game. There's no doubt.
Having played them one time before, you're a little bit familiar with them. What do you plan to do against them?
Well, you know, the one thing we have to do is stop their transition, and after we make it or after a rebound, they fly up and down the floor so fast. we have to stop that. I think if we can stop their transition, we can maybe stop some of their big runs like they're used to getting. And if we don't stop their fast break, then we're gonna be down, you know. And we'll just have to wait and see how we come out and play.
Well, we really appreciate you coming up after the win. We're going to let you go and get on the road. It's getting kind of late, and we wish you all the luck Monday night.
Thank you very much.